What's going on, everybody? Packer Plug back with another video. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Packers got a big win over the Baltimore Ravens. Man, what a game! Couldn't be happier. Honestly, couldn't be happier after that last game against the Broncos. Did not look good. Did not look good over there in Denver, man. I don't know what was going on with the Packers team during that game, but we did not do good. Complete opposite this game. Complete opposite. We took the dub. We back. The Pack is back. The Pack is back, man. We got a big win this week, 30-7 against the Baltimore Ravens, and we got a lot to talk about. A lot looked really good. A lot looked kind of, and with a couple of these position battles, especially at quarterback, especially at kicker, we had some issues going on there. Who is going to be the second quarterback in this quarterback battle? Sean Clifford is having his struggles. Pratt looked pretty all right. In terms of this kicker battle, I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell you I do not like Carlson. I don't like Carlson. I don't trust Joseph, right? Who knows what's gonna happen, man? Carlson misses a big field goal in the fourth quarter, which you can't do. You can't do. You know, he's been looking kind of more consistent late into this training camp, and you have these things of, oh man, he's more consistent, and then boom, it's like rolling the dice every time he goes out there. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know, and he goes out there and he misses it. And in the first quarter, he hit a field goal, and it was barely good. It wasn't down the middle. It was barely good. Then in the fourth quarter, completely misses it. And that's what you get with Anders Carlson. You get complete inconsistency, and it's like you think this guy's gonna be better. And I know you're supposed to be patient with the kicker. They'll get better, man. Mason Crosby wasn't that great in his first year. Man, Carlson's gonna get better. No, he's not. Like, I don't know why people believe this. I truly believe, and this is not to like be a hater on the man, because like he's out there and he's been kicking more consistent in his training camp. But then you saw in that fourth quarter what you're gonna get. That's a moment where you cannot miss those field goals, because that's a moment in the fourth quarter where field goals matter, and it mattered in that 49ers game, and it matters in this game. Even if we're up by 30, it doesn't matter. You're in a kicking battle, so every kick counts. You didn't make it. I don't trust Greg Joseph either. I'm not saying he's the answer either. Am I saying they should go out and get a kicker? Probably not, because it's too late. The season's a week away. What are you gonna do now? You're screwed. If I was the Green Bay Packers organization, I would have went and got a kicker way before. I wouldn't have played around with this whole idea about Anders Carlson will maybe develop. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't work for the Green Bay Packers organization. I'm not a professional coach. I don't truly know. But what I know is that is what Anders Carlson has shown us all of last year. And now we see it in this third preseason game. And it's very disappointing. It's very concerning. I don't know what they're going to do with the kicker battle. Should they go out and get a guy? Maybe, because I don't think Joseph is going to be consistent either. He's a veteran and he's not consistent. So if that tells you what the future is going to hold, then maybe. Carlson, you have the hope of, oh, maybe he's just young, so maybe he'll develop out of it. Greg Joseph, you're a veteran, and you're inconsistent. So that doesn't bode well. And Carlson doesn't look well. And it's going to be another season of, are we going to have a great football team again and then struggle because of this kicking situation? When we have a championship window, it's really disappointing. It's really disappointing, man. As for the quarterback battle, had some struggles early on from Sean Clifford, man. Sean Clifford went 6 for 14 and did not look good in that first quarter. Did not look good in that first quarter at all. To be honest, he did have a lot of pressure, but he didn't look good. There was a couple moments where he was getting drilled, too. He was getting drilled, and he was not making plays. Later in the game, he ended up making a touchdown to Heath, and that was good, man, but it was a little too late. It's like you had to make that, but throughout that whole game and then the rest of the game, lackluster. That first quarter was horrible for him. Only got 53 yards the whole game, 6 for 14. He got the one touchdown to Heath. Didn't look good for the backup quarterback. And Pratt looks better, honestly. Pratt looks like he could do more as a quarterback. And do we trust Sean Clifford? I don't know, man. It's one of those things of, I think they're going to go with him as the second quarterback, but Pratt is just looking better. Than maybe you're reconsidering that after this, especially seeing this game and seeing how he did last game. it's not looking good for Sean Clifford. And I think Pratt did pretty all right. He didn't do great either, but he went 8 for 12. He did what he was supposed to. Went 80 yards. Now he threw an interception, but Pratt has taken care of the football so well this training camp, so well this preseason, that the one interception, okay, I kind of give it to him because he's been taking care of the ball extremely well this training camp. He has. And he throws a beautiful ball, back shoulder, to Bo Melton for a touchdown in this game. That was phenomenal. I thought that was great, though. I thought he placed it perfectly. I thought Pratt looked good, besides that one INT. So now you have to visit the conversation of, is Sean Clifford going to be the backup, or is it going to be Michael Pratt? Because this is 2 weeks in a row that we've had a Sean Clifford performance that has been absolutely lackluster. Actually, worse than lackluster. It's been horrible. And it's weird because we won this game by a big margin. We won 7-30. I should be up here. Oh man, these quarterbacks did great. These backup quarterbacks did great. That's not how it feels. That's not how it feels. We won 7-30, and it feels like, what's going on with the backup quarterbacks? That's honestly the conversation after this. Who shined in this game? The running backs. The running backs did phenomenal. Merriweather, 74 yards. Emmanuel Wilson, 52 yards. And when I have to say this about Emmanuel Wilson, 11 carries, 52 yards. I love the way Emmanuel Wilson runs. And I brought this up a couple weeks ago in one of my videos where I said we need to visit the conversation of A.J. Dillon being the second running back. Now, I love A.J. Dillon. So, for those of you that are A.J. Dillon fans, please calm down, relax. It's okay. I'm not saying A.J. Dillon needs to go. But the conversation of who should be the second running back really should be visited. Because Emmanuel Wilson, the way he runs, the way he hits these holes, he hits the tiniest holes and will get through and take off. And he did phenomenal this game. Merriweather did phenomenal this game too. They're younger. They're more explosive. I just feel as though A.J. Dillon has lost that step. And that's not to say that A.J. Dillon isn't a phenomenal player still and still a phenomenal talent in those games where he didn't have many carries. I mean, he didn't have much to work with, right? So it wasn't all his fault. But I also just don't think that A.J. Dillon has that explosiveness that he once had when he was younger, that Emmanuel Wilson has. When you see him hit these tiny gaps and take off and get through, it's remarkable. He has that young explosiveness that maybe A.J. Dillon doesn't have, because A.J. Dillon is getting a little bit older. He's still young. I think he's like 26, 27. But he just doesn't have that explosiveness that these guys have. So who's going to be that number 2 behind Josh Jacobs? It's going to be A.J. Dillon. Week 1 against the Eagles, it's going to be A.J. Dillon. I think as the season progresses, though, depending on how A.J. Dillon does, I think that conversation is going to be revisited by us Packer fans a lot, and by coaching, to see where Emmanuel Wilson falls into this conversation, because he looked phenomenal today. And Merriweather looked phenomenal today, too. It's going to be interesting to see what happens this next week with all these position battles and what they do with this offense. I mean, everything looked good today besides these quarterbacks and these kickers, man. These running backs did amazing. Malik Heath with the one touchdown from Sean Clifford. And then you got a touchdown from Bo Melton. From Pratt, looked amazing. The rest of the receivers, they did their thing. But these quarterbacks struggled. The ball didn't get out to them very much. As for the defense, let's talk about the defense, because the defense is the highlight of this. You know, we won 30-7, and you'd think the conversation was going to be about the offense, and the conversation was going to be about, oh, these backup quarterbacks played phenomenal. No, this defense played lights out. This defense played phenomenal. It's so exciting having a new defensive coordinator who's aggressive. It feels like they came out and set the tone in this game and played aggressive football. They're going to come out and we're going to punch you in the mouth. And that's exactly what they did. These safeties and these corners played phenomenal. They played lights out. It's incredible. Anthony Johnson Jr. was incredible in this game. There were some hits out there that he was smacking. The plastic was smacking. The plastic was smacking today. They played hard-nosed football, and it's amazing as a Packer fan to finally see that, because Joe Barry last year could not do it. And in this game, you saw it completely on display. New defensive coordinator, new defense. They look solid, and they were hitting. Now, we did give up a touchdown. We did give up a touchdown, but it was a blown coverage. And it was one touchdown, it was one moment. Obviously, whatever happened, there was a miscommunication or just a breakdown in coverage. Ball gets thrown to the middle, going across, takes it all the way to the house. Don't know what happened there. But besides that one play, these corners and this defense and these safeties played lights out. Anthony Johnson Jr. was my player of the game. He was flying around. I mean, it's really close. It would be between him or Mosby. They both played really phenomenal. Mosby had a forced fumble. He also had I believe, an interception. Yeah, an interception. And it was phenomenal. And I hope this translates into the regular season. I do, because this is preseason, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. But I think preseason, while you can't judge the teams as a whole, and you can't judge the scores, and you can't judge the players as a whole, you can judge coaching. And you can judge the coaching of this defense. The coaching of this defense is completely night and day compared to last season. It's so different. It's an amazing feeling to feel as a Packer fan, because we haven't had this for a long time, since maybe 2010 we haven't had this, right? We've had Aaron Rodgers and an amazing offense for over a decade and a half, and we haven't had this defense since 2010 that was phenomenal and hard-hitting and got turnovers left and right and just got after it and hit guys with Clay Matthews and Charles Woodson and all these phenomenal dudes that we had on defense. And that is what the coaching feels like now with this new Packers team, with these safeties, with these cornerbacks who are playing hard-nosed football. It's amazing, and it's really exciting, and I hope it translates into the regular season. The defense played phenomenal. Turnovers, hard hits, touchdowns. It was amazing. A return touchdown from, I believe, Anthony Johnson Jr. after the Mosby forced fumble, which was amazing. He comes off that left side, smacks the quarterback. Quarterback ball goes free down the sideline. You see him and Anthony Johnson Jr. running to the ball, and Mosby's like, he signals him, you pick up the ball, and Anthony Johnson Jr. picks up the ball, and they both run into the end zone. Phenomenal. If we see that in the regular season, I'm going to die as a Packer fan, because that is amazing, and I want to see more of that. I don't want to just have to see Jordan Love and these young receivers making phenomenal plays, even though I do. I want to see this defense get out there and make phenomenal plays too. Exciting plays where they're smacking people in the mouth, where they're getting turnovers. Exciting plays, explosive plays like this on defense. You win championships. You shut down teams, and you're moving the ball on both sides of the football. It's amazing. And I couldn't be more happy with this game. Besides the kickers and besides the quarterbacks, this game is exactly what the Packers want, is exactly what they need, especially going into this week 1 against Philadelphia. This sets the tone. You want to end your preseason game. You want to end your training camp on a high note, and this was the way to do it. The Baltimore Ravens, man, y'all couldn't do it. And I'm sorry. Baltimore, y'all are awesome, but this was a amazing game. I'm so proud of the Green Bay Packers. I'm so proud of these coaches, and I do feel like this coaching is what shined on this preseason game, and that's the big thing to take away from this, is how this defense is going to do. Now, you got to worry about the backup quarterback, but that's okay. We got Jordan Love, and we pray that he doesn't get injured. So be it if the backup quarterback is an issue. Now we just need to worry about this kicking position, right? And this week 1 against the Philadelphia Eagles, and how this is all going to translate into that game and into the season. Couldn't be more excited as a Green Bay Packer fan. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe down below, please. We're building this channel. We're at 300 subscribers. I never even thought we'd get 300 subscribers. We're at 300 subscribers. It's pretty phenomenal. I'm so grateful, so humbled. Man, we're going to have Packer videos all week for you guys up on the channel. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment. Come on, let's get some arguments down in the comments. Who do you guys think is going to be the backup quarterback? Who do you guys think is going to be the kickers? What should they do with the kicking game? And we're going to see how these position battles and these cuts on the roster play out over this next week. So stay tuned. Get down in those comment sections and start giving your opinions. And Packer Plug.